School board today rejected the applications of 151 Negro students as part of an effort to keep Norfolk's public schools all white.
Since the end of slavery, of course, segregation existed. Everyone knew it existed. It was here in Norfolk throughout the South.
These people lived over here, we lived over here, and that's just the way it was. I never questioned it.
After World War II, we start to see the transition, the transformation. And the Supreme Court said in 1950 in these several cases, segregation was okay in terms of separate but equal, so long as the facilities were truly equal.
I did not know the inequality that existed in the black schools at that time, which I've since found out was big.
Of course, by '54, the Supreme Court said that's not possible. That separate is inherently unequal, and therefore struck down that. And this is going to lead, this Brown decision in 1954 is going to lead the country into having to now come to grips with a changing nature of the society. Norfolk becomes kind of an epicenter for such struggles.
Norfolk School Board reported to U.S. District Judge Walter E. Hoffman that it would reluctantly admit 17 Negro students.
My mother says, well, you remember when we were talking with those NAACP people, said, well, you're really going to go to school up there at Northview? I said, what? Me? She said, well, you said you wanted to go. I said, I did?
U.S. Senator Harry F. Byrd calls for massive resistance to halt the integration of public schools in Virginia.
So 6 Norfolk schools are shut down, displacing thousands upon thousands of white students.
When we walked up the steps the day after Labor Day, and there were padlocks on our doors at Maury, we really didn't believe it would happen. They said, we are going to close the schools will be closed. And we just didn't believe that. So we went, and there we were.
So just like any kid, September is still warm, we can still play outside. That's okay, school's not gonna be open. Well, it wasn't for that for us, because Mrs. Carter Mason, Vivian Carter Mason, decided that we were going to school.
So they set up a school for us. Now they put us down in the basement of First Baptist Bew Street. Then I'm in school with 16 other children. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be going out for football. I'm supposed to be playing football. The girls are supposed to be everywhere. Here I am sitting in here in the basement of a church with 16 other children. Man, I was so mad. I mean, I was mad.
We were teenagers looking forward to debates in the classroom, to prep rallies, to sock hops, to going to our football and basketball games. Those were the things that in the summer of '58 we were looking forward to for our senior year, planning our prom. And suddenly, with one stroke, Governor Allman took all that away from us.
Oscar Smith was starting a night school, and he made arrangements. We were fortunate enough to have a car available, and so I took some neighborhood kids myself, and we went over there.
Some went to private school, Wilson, Princess Anne, even to Hampton. Massive resistance was a vehicle to take us down a path to destroy the educational, the economical, and the social fabric of our community. It was against all of the values of being an American, which is why we did not care who we went to school with. We didn't care the color of their skin. Open up our schools now. We need to go to school.
So as I walked to the front, everyone started looking at me. And they started calling names, some under the breath, some very loudly. They would hit me with pencils and pennies, but no one really bothered me. As I got to the front, I went to sit down, and about 3 rows of students moved away. Yeah, and they would always, their thing was, go back to Africa. I said, I don't even know my way, I've never been there.
They hated us. See, that's the point. It was like, you weren't looking at them like they were trying to fake you out. They really hated you. It was the isolation, the impact from the isolation, that nobody really knew what you went through but you. I only realize now what they mean when they say you have to be careful what you say to children because it stays with them forever. It was like the worst time of my life. I never had anybody make me feel like I was nothing.
We were often told that we not only carried ourselves, but we carried a race on our backs.
I go to school all day. I'm called nigger all day long, right? I get home. What's the deal with the white people? They call me the black people. They call me white boy. All my friends. Hey, white boy. I said, you can't win.
Our legacy that we wish we could do something to help this group in school today understand and not ever forget what the Norfolk 17 sacrificed.
They said, yeah, oh yeah, just like I wrote in my book. Virginia took everything in stride. I kept saying, what the hell is taking it in stride mean? That they didn't kill us?
How many do I get in mitosis?
I taught for many years. When I looked out over my classes and I see all makes, all colors, they're my rainbow children. I know what I gave up for them. I just hope that they understand.
They did so much and they tried so hard. Patricia Turner, she addressed all the kids about how we lost care of while we're here, while we in Norview for our education. We lost that sight, and I had to look at myself. I had to look at my personal mirror and see that I had lost that sight too. But when she said it, she was so angry, and what she did, it was like she did it for nothing. And we don't want it to seem like she did it for nothing. We want it to seem like she did it for a reason. We have to have it just as hard as theirs was.
Only when I look at things like when I see what Obama, then I feel like we did something good. We did something real good.
It just sounds like they went through a lot, and I want to say thank you because we've benefited a lot from it.
We are blessed to have those people before us like the Norfolk 17 who did what they did.
We should be so grateful that other people took the hard road for us.
They set a standard, a high standard, and I can really appreciate the effort that they made and what they have done for our generation.
We can be the next Martin Luther King. We can be the next Abe Lincoln. We can be the next, you fill in the blank. You are the person to change the future.
The more you learn, the more you realize that when we work together, we accomplish so much more.
Remember, it's you and me together.